Does your lady complain every time she's getting up into your truck? It's just too tall. Well, in this video, we're gonna get a little bit chivalrous and we're gonna install these sweet running boards from iBoard. Jumping right into it, I already finished up the driver's side, so I'm gonna show you how to do this install of the running boards on my passenger side. Now, when you open up the box, there's a whole lot of hardware going on in here, and that's probably why you're watching this video. Let's get started by dumping out this bolt bag marked A. Pretty much you got two bolts you're working with, the M8, which is the bigger bolt and a size 13 millimeter, then the M6, which is a 10 millimeter and the smaller one. I then laid all the parts out in order of install. Then to know which side you're working on, the brackets are marked with a P for passenger or D for driver's side. If you see an R on the bracket, then you guessed it, that's the rear. Now that we know what we're working with, let's dive under the truck and locate the three mounting holes. They might have a piece of tape covering them, so just remove that piece of tape. There are two ways to mount the brackets, with or without threaded factory holes. If you have threaded holes, you probably have a 2015 or newer Dodge, and all you're gonna have to do is grab two of those M8 bolts, a flat washer and a lock washer, and just mount it right into those threaded holes. Without the factory holes like mine, grab this funky looking mounting bolt plate and install it by slipping the entire mounting bracket into the big hole, then pushing the welded bolt through one of the two little bolt holes. I use the other side's bolt to help me hold the bracket in place and not lose it in the body. Once the welded bolt is through the hole, slide this little plastic washer over it, which will hold the mounting plate in place. Now grab one of the big brackets for the proper side, an M8 bolt, a lock washer, and a flat washer, and just hand thread that bolt for now. Next, put an M8 flat washer, lock washer, and nut on that welded bolt of the bracket. Now that we've seen this process on this main bracket, repeat the steps on the two other brackets. Then tighten everything down. With the main brackets in place, take a step back and look at your brackets. If you have one drastically too high or too low, you're gonna wanna lift that up or push that down so that all the brackets are level on the same plane. With the brackets tightened down and leveled, we're now gonna mount the support brackets. So grab an M8 bolt with a flat washer and slip it through the main bracket, then support bracket. Throw a flat washer on the end of that bolt and finish it off with a locking vinyl nut. Now lift those support brackets up until they are flush with the pinch weld of your rocker panel. We need to drill a 1/4 inch hole for each of the M6 bolts that hold this support bracket into place. It's kind of hard to get a drill underneath your truck, so what I did was lift the support bracket into place, butting it up against this pinch weld, and then I took my index finger and my middle finger over the bracket holes and then marked roughly where I needed to drill the holes. If you are a 2015 or newer model, you probably already have bolt holes drilled into your pinch weld. Then once those holes are drilled, we lift the support bracket into place, grab an M6 bolt with the flat washer and slide the bolt in. Then the flat washer on the other side and the locking nut. Now tighten down that M8 bolt that's holding the two brackets together, and then the M6 bolts, which are again a 10 millimeter. Once you've bolted your bracket on, don't forget to give it the classic dad shake test. And we're almost done. Dump out that B bag, which is holding all the bolts for the actual step. Then grab your step and lay it across the three brackets. Starting on one side of the step, grab a slider bracket and insert the two carriage bolts so that the bolts are sticking out the flat side of the slider bracket. Place the bracket in the step, then lift the step a little bit and lower the bolts through the main support bracket. Finish mounting the step with a flat washer followed by a 13 millimeter lock nut. Then repeat this process on the center bracket, then the other end of the step. Make sure the step is sitting exactly where you want it, then tighten down all those nuts that we just installed. And there you have it, a nice little easy install video for y'all. I hope it helped you out. If it did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.